Do you find yourself constantly talking to yourself? Or have you noticed our brain is never at rest? Even we are sound asleep, we have non-stop conversations with ourselves in the back of our heads constantly. And many of us find it tough to give up. Well, I've got this great video where this habit of yours is going to help you manifest quickly and will help you discover the power of trusting your imagination and using self-talk for manifestation. Let's dive in and discover the incredible potential of your own inner dialogue. Before we begin, let's talk about self-talk. This internal chatter we have with ourselves affects how we feel and how we view ourselves, and it may be positive or negative. We create all these stories and imagination even without us knowing. But would you believe if I say these conversations run in the back of our heads without us even knowing can shape our life subconsciously? Yes, you heard me right. This essential part of our mental conversation determines our thoughts and actions. However, we cannot easily stop this mental conversation. We are capable of controlling the nature of it. Most of us ignore the influence of our thoughts. It's kind of like a superpower we don't even know we have. We may not be aware of it, but we have a useful tool called self-talk. We do this non-stop chatter with ourselves unconsciously. It is not planned. We might not be aware of how much our constant internal conversation with ourselves influences our ideas, feelings, and behavior. If we pay close attention to our inner dialogue, since it has a big influence on us, we can shape our reality the way we desire. And to start controlling our self-conversations, start by becoming more conscious of our internal conversations. Pay attention to the ideas and instructions we give ourselves throughout the day. Our reflections on our external environment are directly influenced by our inner dialogues. So, know when our internal conversation becomes critical or negative. Challenge such ideas when we notice ourselves using negative self-talk. Check to see whether we are drawing judgments without sufficient evidence. Replace unbalanced and negative ideas with more balanced ones. Our speech is the mirror of our thoughts. The words we use to express ourselves to others are a reflection of what is on our minds and in our hearts. It suggests our words can provide information about our attitudes, beliefs, and feelings. Our word selection controls the thoughts in our minds, so we must change our speech to change our thoughts. Our conscious and subconscious mental conversations affect our beliefs, attitudes, and perceptions. The self-talk we have in our daily life has an impact on our decisions, our behaviors, and our actions. As a result, they have a significant impact on everything we experience. Positive and constructive mental conversations usually result in better outcomes. We are more likely to take action and attract great experiences and opportunities into our lives when we believe in ourselves, focus on solutions, and have a positive attitude. Negative discussions, on the other hand, can become barriers to growth and achievement. We may unintentionally destroy our potential and prevent our growth if we continuously doubt ourselves, engage in self-criticism, or allow negative attitudes. It takes work and dedication to master the skill of controlled internal speech. For the controlled speech at first, we should take note of your internal conversation. Take note of the thoughts that arise during the day and how they affect you. The first step toward change is raising awareness. It may be difficult at first and new to you, but trust the process. Be aware of your thoughts and realize when you start having negative thoughts. Be aware of it and exactly at that point, divert your thoughts and think about wonderful things in your life. Fill that with positivity and positive words. Reading books, listening to podcasts, or uplifting chats with friends and family can help you divert your thoughts and conversation into more empowering and uplifting. Use positive self-talk. Remember the way you talk with yourself. The way you treat yourself is the way the whole world will treat you. So be generous to yourself. Love yourself and use good affirmation. Compliment you. Be proud of you. Self-love is important. Trust me, positive self-talk is the best thing that you will ever do to you. Once we begin to control our internal speech, then we'll create a consistently positive and empowering mentality. Our ideas will be more positive and helpful, which will increase our strength and trust in our talents. It will help us to increase and maintain our confidence. We will be more aware of our abilities and achievements, which will reduce fears and self-doubt. Getting clarity about our objectives and priorities comes from coordinating our internal conversations with our goals by getting rid of distractions and useless ideas. Focus on what matters to us the most. We feel motivated and inspired to take action to meet our goals that match our inner conversation. Ancient wisdom frequently points out the importance of humanity's two most important gifts, the mind and speech. These abilities have a huge influence and have been seen as necessary tools for personal development and knowledge. The mind represents our mental state, intelligence, and capacity for thought. The speech represents our capacity for expressing our ideas, feelings, and intentions. By combining speech and the mind, we can align our thoughts and words to have a positive impact on both ourselves and the people around us. With the correct use of our speech and mind, we can spread positive frequency, which will attract positivity in our life. In the light of Asia, it is said that sesame is sesame, the corn is corn. It says that a person's loyalty to and connection with their roots, culture, and fundamental values influences their destiny or future. It highlights the value of being loyal to one's roots and background, since it may have a big impact on how their life works out. So we should plant the seeds of success in our mind and believe that we already possess it in our life, because believing is the key to success. The results we encounter are often affected by our assumptions, expectations, and opinions about an event or a problem. When we approach a problem with a good attitude and an expectation of success, we are more likely to take proactive steps and develop positive outcomes. It is important to encourage positive attitudes and positive self-talk. To believe in ourselves and the power of our mind, believe in the universe and the co-creating power of our subconscious mind. Our mind is creative and very powerful. We can imagine everything, the things we have seen before, or the things that we have never seen. Our thoughts and images have a significant impact on the world we experience. What we constantly imagine and see in our imaginations can take place in the real world. Our imagination acts as a bridge through which we can shape and create a new life and shape our reality. Use this creative ability to imagine that our goals, desires, and ambitions have already been achieved. Visualize that the things and your desire have already become your reality. At some point in our imagination, we may encounter resistance. The resistance might hinder our imagination with negative thoughts. When dealing with resistance, we should take a deep breath and remain calm. If you want to learn how to bring your brain to a calmer state, you can watch my previous videos. Staying calm helps us to think more clearly and make better decisions. We might feel emotions like frustration, disappointment, and fear. These are resistance, and we should allow ourselves to acknowledge and process these emotions. But don't let those emotions control you. Feel the emotions, come to a state of awareness, and start positive self-talk. Imagine good things. Focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. Allow our imaginations to go wild while thinking about ideas or solutions. Don't limit yourself by practical limits. Instead, explore many options without judgment. We have to believe that our imagination is capable of changing our reality. As we imagine our desired reality, we should fill our visualizations with feelings of gratitude. We should express gratitude for the fulfillment of our wishes as though they have already happened. By actively using our imagination, we can control the actions and their results that will happen in the future. You should take part in controlling your experiences instead of being a passive observer. We can control our reality and design the life we want, with success and abundance, just by using our imagination. The power of visualization. So start imagining your goals and ambitions for your life and imagine the life you want. Pay more attention to your internal thoughts. If your internal thought syncs with what you want in your life, then you have successfully taken control over your life.